Incremental routines. Let's continue the Supermemo course, the Pleasurable expansion. Now it's time for the built-in layouts. We have seen how to save a layout, but what if the layout already exists and I want to modify it? Which this could be the case of your custom layouts as well, but what's guaranteed is the defaults, the built-in. Let's use the contents. So this layout will include the contents window. So let's say that I want this to be on the other side. So I will rearrange that, more or less. Okay, something like that. I'm not done yet. I have to save it. So window, layout, save, but instead of as default, I don't want that necessarily. I want as custom layout, but I use the same name, contents. And it tells you that, hey, this is reserved for Supermemo. This behavior may be different from what you expect, and click OK. Make sure that the layout includes the window. So for the contents layout includes, at the very least, the element window and the contents window. Now, let's do the other one, the browser. Where it is. Do you see it gets chaotic? Let me first get my genuine and then browser. I don't see it. 1 second. Okay. So you see that we are wasting some space. So let's see that when I have the browser, I only want that. I don't get the ancestors. I don't need that either. Not that even the stats. I just get those two windows. Then I need to save this. And this is a good example because now I have I have fewer windows than before. I don't have the stats, the ancestors, and so on. So let's see what happens. Now, layout, save as custom layout, and browser. Yes, the same name. Cool. Let me use my default. I have all of the windows. Don't worry about these graphical errors. It's Supermemo. This happens when you use layouts. Nice. Solved. Well, you click several times in the user interface and usually this solves the problem. Then, what happens if now let's see what happens if I open the browser. I force something to open the browser window. Huh? It's the same as before. Let me force it. So you have this, and now window and force browser. Huh? It has been lost. Let me see the contents. Again, what EF is that? Contents. That's the one I want. So what you will need to do, just quit and restart Supermemo. What happened now? When you start again Supermemo, it will use the default. Hey, it's in the contents window is on the right side. What I'm using now? It's the contents layout, but it's the default. Let's check that. Layout manager, layout manager. Yep. Even if I have saved the layout as custom layout, not as the default, it becomes the default for whatever reason. So I just go again, YT, and I make this the default one. Nice. So then I open something on the browser, same as before. Why? Because not all of the windows are included. Pum, pum, and pum. Now I open this in the browser with just those two, the element and the contents. Doesn't work, right? Let's do it again. Window, layout, save, put the same name. Okay. Now I messed up really big. You know why? Because I have put contents. When it's not contents, it doesn't have the contents window at all. It has the browser. So let's see what happens. Window. Let me take this out. I click on contents. Okay. And what happens if I open now the browser? It actually works. Unexpected, right? So at least once you have this working, you will never have to change that. Unless you have a new flow that you want part of the screen for the browser. Let's say you want to use language models like ChatGPT, or you buy a new monitor that has a different resolution. But other than that, it's unlikely that you will be changing the layouts commonly. So no worries. Now you will spend time, oh, this doesn't work, it's counterintuitive, but once you have the hang of it, it will be dramatically easier. And remember that you messed up. No worries. Layout, warrior, layout manager, contents, delete, and browser. Browser and delete. I'll make this my default. Then is okay, damage has been undone. So now if I open this, the browser, I get the default experience. So I have an opportunity. Let's say I want not this. I want more or less this and this. So I have an opportunity to save it again. And let's call it browser. Here you go. That's all for now, and see you in the next video.